Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back, and if you are a new subscriber, hi, my name is Mmaneo_am, and I know it's like end of Jan, but happy new year guys. This is the first ever video on my channel this year in 2020 and today I am bringing you Q&A, marriage, kids, because you guys are always questioning me about my kids. I have a lot of questions actually. I have 30 I think questions to answer. We'll see if I can answer that. But before we start rambling and saying unnecessary things, let's get into it. So I think I posted 2 polls on my Instagram. One was last year and one was this year, and I'm trying to answer as many as I can from those 2 polls. Some are repetitive and I'm not going to repeat them, and the questions are not in any specific order. I'm just reading what I screenshotted first. So let's start with number 1. Age difference between the 2 of you. My husband is 4 years older than me. I know everyone thinks that I'm married to an older guy. I know everyone thinks like my husband's like 20-30 years older than me, or like 10 years older than me. He's not. He's 4 years older than me, so we are the same age. I'm not saying dating a guy who's older than you is wrong or anything. I'm just speaking my truth. How do you balance being a parent and lovers? So it's very hard, to be honest. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to do that. But I think me and my husband sometimes we're like, we need to act like we don't have kids, and we need to do things that matter to us. So there's times where we will go out and come back late like we usually do as lovers. We are currently like planning a staycation where we're gonna go and not sleep at the house but be in Johannesburg. So I think those are the kind of things. Like, we also have, my husband takes me out a lot. Like, he takes me out on lunch dates, dinner dates. I think we do that, like, you know, about three times a week. So that's what we do, and we talk, and we spend my husband and I spend so much time together. We are always together. Like, we go everywhere together, we do everything together. So yeah, that's how we balance being lovers and parents. And also in terms of parenting, I think we have a very similar style of parenting. Even though I lose my shit sometimes, I think we know what we want from parenting. And yeah, that's it. When did you and your husband get married? We got married in 2017. Did you get married for money or for love? We got married because we loved each other. We didn't choose. And actually, I think this is very serious. Actually, I think I should give younger girls advice. So I know we at an era where we wish, or everyone wants to marry a guy who's already established and has money, and I get it. There's nothing as nice as umjolo nemali. Like, there's nothing as nice as that. But we also put ourselves under pressure of like finding a guy who's established, which is not wrong. If you're lucky enough to get a guy who's established, good for you. But it's also, you shouldn't always be like, oh, my man doesn't have money, so I'm leaving him. I think it's better if you and your partner build, versus you getting an established guy where you don't have a say in anything he does, like in terms of decision making, financial decision making, and all of that. So I think it's better if you and your person build together. I know this in some situations, a guy will get what he wants, and then and they go and they get better girls. That's not always the case, but if that happens, I know that person was shit anyway. Like, you're not meant to be with him. But I genuinely feel like it's better if you build versus when you get someone who's established. But if you're lucky to get someone who's established, why not? How did you feel like being married at such a young age? To be honest, guys, I think everyone thinks I got married as a teenager, but I did not. I got married as a young adult. I was 22 when I got married, and it's a decision that, it's not even a decision. Like, I knew when I met my husband and we were dating, we knew that we are dating to get married, and it actually feels nice because I'm growing up with Ubewami. How many years have you been married? We've been married for 3 years now, and after having kids, do you ever feel like your husband isn't that much attracted to you? I don't know, actually. I don't think so, because my husband has never made me feel like my husband has never made me feel like there's something wrong with me. As much as, guys, to be honest, when you get kids, your body changes. Like, my whole body shape changed. I've gained 20 kgs, which I'm trying to lose. But more than anything, I've never felt like, my husband has never made me feel like, oh no, you need to lose weight, or you need to do that. He will obviously say like, babe, we need to go to the gym, we need to join the gym. But it's things that I say, so it's not like I'm offended or anything. But if you're ever in a situation like that and your man is making you feel like, or you feel like your man is not as attracted, I think you should speak to him and ask him. And if that's the case, I think you should evaluate your situation. Like, make sure if your man is with you because hata, or is he with you for your body. No, I think you should. Do you feel like you got pregnant too young? Does it make you feel older than you are? I did not get pregnant too young, to be honest. When I got pregnant, I was 22, and I was relatively young, but I was also ready to be a mom. So does it make me feel old? Not really, because I still behave the way I was behaving. Obviously, when you have kids, you have to grow in certain areas of your life, but it does not make me feel old in any way. No, it does not. Can a person legalize marriage just after kokota, paying a portion, failure? I say bad luck. To be honest, when it comes to marriage, love, and your partner, I think it has to do with you. Do you understand? I think your partner has obviously shown that he wanted to marry you, and he made the efforts of paying the portion of lobola. I know our parents and our family always has like a say and what they think should happen and whatever. I'm one of those people, when it comes to all of that love department or whatever, I choose my happiness and what I feel, because I don't want it to, if things don't work out the way that I want it to work out. Because if you and your partner want to legalize your marriage, if you don't do that because you feel like it's gonna cost you bad luck, what's gonna cause you bad luck? It doesn't make sense for me. So I think you should choose your happiness versus what your family says. But also, I know we want to be respectful to our elders, but I think you need to sit, especially your mom, your parents, and just make them aware that this is what makes me happy, and this is what me and my partner want to do. We want to legalize our marriage. What age did you get married? I got married at 22. Do you have a prenup, and why? No. And why? Because my husband didn't want a prenup. Hey sis, what's your take on marrying in communal property and out of communal property? Money affairs. So guys, my take is, obviously I just answered the previous question. My husband and I didn't think we wanted to get a prenup, because we obviously, I think we built together, like we were together, we went through life together. So I didn't see that, he didn't see that need. Also, my take on getting married in communal property or out of communal property, you obviously know your partner and you know how your partner is. So if you think you want to get married out of communal property because of certain things that are red flags, or when it comes to finances and assets and all of that, you can obviously do that. But there is an option where when you get married, you choose that you are getting married. I think it's accrued something. So basically what you guys accumulated and accrued during the marriage, if it ever happens that you guys divorce, is what you guys will only separate the stuff that you guys built or accumulated basically when you guys were married. So yeah, that's my take. If you feel like you need to do it, you can do it. If you don't, or if your partner, if there's fights, I think that option is better than getting married out of communal property, because why? Hey beautiful, any tips on keeping communication open if one partner shuts down during an argument? This is very serious. Okay, so any tips is, you know what, people don't deal with conflict the same way. So if your last partner used to have a back and forth with you when you guys have had an argument, and your current partner is quiet, or he's not saying anything and it seems like he doesn't care, that's probably not the case. He probably just doesn't know how to deal with that situation. So I think it's better for you to sit down with him and basically you guys must speak and ask him how he prefers to deal with conflict, more than if you guys are arguing and then he's quiet and you feel like he doesn't care, and that just drives you mad. So men are very different. Don't expect your next man to be like your last man. So I think that's it actually. Happy New Year. How's marriage going? How's marriage life going? It's going like this. I'm enjoying. It's great, guys. Does your husband not want you to feature on your social media, or is that your choice? Is it my choice? It doesn't really affect me that much, and he doesn't want to be on social media, nor doesn't want to be on the internet. He doesn't want anything to do with social media. I think I'm the one who signed up for YouTube and Instagram and all of that. So if he really wanted to be on those platforms, I think he would have signed up for those platforms. How many kids do you see yourself with? Right now 2, but we don't know what the future holds for us. Are you planning on having more kids? I don't know. I don't want to say anything because I know you guys are gonna come for me if I say no, I don't want kids, I like my boys together. You guys, and then I fall pregnant, you're like, you said you're not gonna be pregnant. Or if I'm like, no, I'm gonna have another kid, and then you guys are gonna be bombarding me, when are you getting pregnant, when are you getting pregnant? So I don't know. We'll see what the future holds for us. How old were you when you got your firstborn? Were you not scared of parenthood? I was 22 when I had my firstborn. Was I scared? No, I was just not confused. I think I was too panicky because I wanted things to go my way, and also there were many factors around me. So I think that's the only issue I had with parenthood for the first time. So I think there's really nothing that's like different about being a parent young versus when you're old. Unless obviously if you don't have the resources, or you don't have a partner that's helping you and you by yourself, then that's completely understandable. Your situation will not be like mine. I'm obviously not deleting and acting oblivious that there are people who are not lucky enough to be in a situation that I'm in, but me, parenthood I don't see any difference if I had kids now rather than when I had kids later. So I'm actually happy that I'm a young parent. In-laws, how do you deal? Does it ever get easy? To be honest, I don't have any issues with my in-laws, and I know a lot of people do, but you need to also keep your head on whatever you are there for. So you're obviously not going to see your in-laws for the rest of your life. They're probably there for like a week or so, or maybe holidays they're gonna go. You know, wena uzele indoda yakho kulomzi awuzelanga anyone else, so no one should bother you. Being a mom stunts growth in other areas, social and career. Nope. What being a mom for me did was it actually allowed me to be, it allowed growth. I was more focused. I knew what I need to do and the deadline and all of that. I think when I was not a mom, I was just like living and like, oh no, I will see. No. I was never sure. I was very indecisive about life decisions. But now that I'm a mom, I'm like super focused. Socially, obviously there are certain things that I can't do because I obviously have kids, but like I doubt. Hey, I still go out. I obviously can't meet my friends every time we need to meet up because obviously I have kids. But my life was so not boring, but it was so mild prior having kids, and having kids just was the perfect thing for me because then now I was busy and I was doing something. So there was no stifling or stuntation of my growth. Actually, it actually made me more older and more focused. Are you enjoying being a young mom and wifey, or do you sometimes feel like you're missing out? No, I'm not missing out on anything. I obviously, like as I said, there's certain things that I can't do, but I'm content with that. Like, I'm okay. What's the one thing you would never take back? My family. If you could do it all over again, would you do it the same way? For shizzle. For sure, guys. I don't think there's anything that I want to change in all the things that happened in terms of marriage, being a mom. I don't think there's anything I want to change, to be honest. How long have you been married, and how do you handle cheating? I've been married for 3 years, and which cheating? To be honest, I don't know. I haven't been in a situation where I have to handle cheating, but if it ever happens, I really can't say anything about that because I don't know. Obviously in my head I'm like, I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna, fuck up some commas, I'm gonna do this, but I've never been faced with the situation to actually speak on it, to be honest. But I also want to clarify, marriage doesn't come with cheating. A cheater is a cheater either in a marriage or out of a marriage. So someone can cheat on you if you're in a relationship or you're married. So a cheater is the one that comes with cheating, not marriage. Was it difficult for you as a young mom, as it was your first experience? The first experience was a little bit hard. I obviously was in a lot of things. I was a full-time student. My husband was constantly traveling. I literally saw my husband like 3-4 times in a week, and he was always out of town. And it was just a lot, to be honest. But he obviously took the decision to leave that job of his and focus on other things that kept him at home and be a full-time dad that are flourishing more than that job. And I took the decision of being a part-time student. So the first time was hard, but we are moving. How long did you date your husband before he popped the big question? So my husband and I met in 2012, I think in March, and that year we had like a situationship. It was like weird. We were not dating, but we were dating. I don't know, it was just weird. And then the second year we had like the same thing, but like it was not not a situationship then. It was like we are moving, like we are progressing from situationship to like mini relationship. It was on and off. We'd see each other and not see each other in certain months. And then in 2014 we were full on kibitaring. Like, I mean, we were together all the time. Let me not say basic kibita, but we were basically together all the time. In 2015 we were inseparable. 2016 we were still together. So actually, and also in 2013, once we decided that we're going to be in a monogamous, just the two of us relationship, we have never had a break. We have never broke up for like a month or whatever. So we've been together since then until in 2017 when he popped the question. So it's like 5-6 years of like dating, situationships and all of that, and then he popped the question in 2017. So yeah, how do you balance married life and having friends? I'm newlywed and I don't have time anymore. So to be honest, there isn't a balance, love. I think when you get married and you bagyala or your family is telling you about marriage, they obviously tell you that your first priority is marriage, your husband, your kids, your family. So I think you need to make sure that in that department you are full, you are performing, you are getting A pluses, so you can have time for friends. That's how you balance. Did your parents oppose you getting married young and still studying? This is weird. So when I got married, everyone was happy except my dad, guys. He didn't oppose the marriage, but he was sulking. This guy was in his feelings. So everyone was happy, guys, to be honest. My dad was just not coping. I think even today, I don't think he's still coping. So dad is just not coping, guys. How far apart are your kids? They are 17 months apart. And I know probably you're asking, when did I fall pregnant? My son was 9 months, I think, when I fell pregnant. Hey, I'd like to know how you knew you were ready for marriage and kids. In terms of marriage, my husband popped the question, and I think throughout dating and being together before we got married, he always assured me that he was going to get married to me. I think, and I knew, because it was so genuine. There was nothing fake about him saying I was on the charter, guys. And he was always so proud to say, this is the person I'm going to marry, whether in public or in Soitu. And it was, I also started believing it, and I started like manifesting it so that it happens, and it finally happened. And in terms of kids, I got pregnant. I literally fell pregnant, and I decided that I'm going to be a mom. I think we both decided that we're going to be like parents when we fell pregnant. How did you know he was the one? When I first met my husband, it was like we went to, like, not out, but like I was out, and there was like a group of guys and a group of us girls, and they were all like, he was like in varsity. I think he was second year and I was still in high school, but we were out with my friends, and I was not even talking to him. That's a weird thing. Like, we're not even like connecting like that. But like as the night progressed, we had like a time together where we had like a one-on-one. He asked me to accompany him to go drop off his little brother at his house, because he used to stay at Res. I think he stayed at Sophia Town or something like that. And on the way to go pick up his brother and drop him off, we had like the most amazing conversation. I don't even remember what the conversation was about, but I know that was the conversation that actually made me feel like this is my guy, to be honest. We liked the same things. I think we liked the same music. Not even like we liked the same music, but we understood each other on a level of not just like, you know, sfuna ubu jola or whatever. It was just like, oh no, we got along. Like, it was, you know, it was a smooth sailing boat. And I think then I was just like, oh, this guy, yeah, no, this guy, one feeler. And I think so I don't know if you're game or maybe unangshela, but I feel like that ride to go pick up his brother to drop him off was a very important factor in how I thought he was the one. And how do you juggle going after your dreams and being a wife and a mom? I have a husband, guys. My husband takes being a father really serious. Like, he is super dad. As I mentioned, he left his job that was depriving him of spending time with his kids and me, and he decided to stay at home and focus on other things. So he does take being a dad very serious, and he is very hands-on and super helpful. I have a full-time nanny that loves my kids and helps me whenever I need her. And also sometimes my mother-in-law is around and she helps me whenever I need her to help me. So sorry guys, the camera stopped recording. When did you meet your husband? I met my husband in 2012. I was at home for holidays because I had to stay for inter-high, and Karabo, who was my friend, invited me to go to a rugby fest, the St. John's Rugby Fest. And she was dating a guy who was in college, in varsity. And my husband was friends with that guy. And so when I got to Johannesburg, they told me that there's a guy who's gonna pick me up. And my husband was the one who picked me up. I wasn't even looking at him, but I sat at the back, and yeah, I think I've explained how the night progressed. Did you have a white wedding or a traditional wedding? I had a traditional wedding. I'm still gonna plan my white wedding extravaganza. Did you plan to conceive Kumkani? No, I did not plan to conceive Kumkani, but I was not trying to have a kid. So I got off my contraception. We were having unprotected sex. So my husband and I, when we fell pregnant, we knew. We're not trying to calculate like, did the condom break? Did this happen? No, we knew why we were pregnant. How do you deal with your differences as marriage partners? So obviously people do have their differences, but as I said, my husband and I are the same person, and we obviously understand each other not only on the basis that siyajola, but on a basis of like not even friends, but like we get each other. In terms of differences, it's obviously through fighting, arguing, and speaking things through. I know if it gets really bad, you guys can seek professional help if you feel like you guys can't do it together and you guys resolve conflict is not working for the two of you and you guys don't want to break up. You can go to therapy and things like that. So my 2 cents on that. -8 guys, oh my god, I was so worried about these questions. There was so much and I thought I was not going to be able to do it, but we did it, guys. So we are done. I'm gonna say Happy New Year again. I hope you guys have a great 2020. In terms of me, I'm going to be having a fabulous 2020. I'm excited about the content that I'm going to be giving you. I'm excited about the quality that I'm going to be giving you. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and like this video because it was bomb AF. And also don't forget to press the notification bell so that YouTube tells you when I'm gracing the streets with my presence.